Hello. Hello. We are live. How's it going? Random Game Dev is here in the chat. Kai the creator is third in the chat. Artindi is second. That's me. Looks like it's possible that Akai the creator is only one. But actually I think there's a little bit of a delay between like how many people are actually watching and what the displayed concurrent viewers is. So check it out. It says one right now, but I bet you it's a handful more. Yeah, see, like at least two others. Oh, and there it goes, swapped to three. I bet you there's a little bit of a delay there. So, oh, can't read chat and play my game at the same time. I learned how the XP system works. Oh, did you? How does it work? Please do tell. Everybody is dying to know, I'm sure. Frice. Frice? What's frice? Is that like rice but fried? It's a short way to say, shorthand method of saying fried rice. Frice. Boom. Bum, bum. You must be 18 or above. Oh, really? And that's why only some people show up. And that way, if you're younger than 18, you're not being motivated to give money to a random streamer. That seems like it's probably a good idea. Frice, 4-second third. What? Frice. Wouldn't it be fourth? Get out of here. Get out of here. Hide behind the corners. Attack from behind. I just saw the ad for the new Mortal Kombat movie. Actually, it looks kind of Mortal Kombat-y. It looks accurate to the game, I think. So, could be good. I don't know. I'm probably not going to see it, though. I'm not that big of a Mortal Kombat fan. But I do appreciate how accurate it seems they're trying to be, even though I'm probably not going to see the movie. I do like the guy who's playing, what's his name? Johnny something, the one dude. I like that actor, he's pretty cool. Fourth, wait what? Human? Tanvar Foy's Thoki makes sense, he says. Well, welcome. I'm glad something makes sense. Oh, for the being adult, for the thing to work. Yeah, I think that makes sense too. We're just playing through my game as we wait for a few more people to pop in. Then we'll get to work on what we're going to do today, which is making the functionality of the credits. It probably won't take very long. It might be a little tedious even. Well, I don't know. It'll probably be pretty fast. We'll have to just watch the cutscene. Bumbleline reference? Maybe. Alright. Let's watch the cutscene one more time and then we can... Then we'll go over and actually work on the game. I feel like I should make the mouse disappear during the cutscene. So otherwise you can like... I don't know. It might look a little weird to have your mouse in front, but... so here is the menu. The credits button doesn't do anything yet, so we're going to add some functionality. What we want to do, right now I have this turn on, and those just appear and disappear when you press it, right? So I think what I want to do is have everything here fade out except the background. We'll keep the background, and we'll keep it paused when you press this. And then covering the screen instead will be credits. As we talked about last stream, there's not going to be a whole lot of credits showing up here. The deadline was 22nd. If so, it's getting close. Yeah, that was the deadline. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to make it because I was sick for 2 weeks. Otherwise, I probably could have if I rushed a little bit. Also, it's just been getting really busy this last week before I go on my vacation. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to make the deadline, but at least I shot for it, and I'm really close. It's going to be like just a few more days anyway once I get back to working on it. So it still served its purpose. Its purpose. I'm not going to beat myself up over not meeting it. That's one of the things that for companies I've worked for, one of the things that's annoyed me a lot is when a company sets a goal, or a part of the company sets a goal or whatever. They say, here's our goal. We're going to try to achieve such and such by such date and get these numbers or get these sales or whatever the goal is. And then when they don't meet the goal, they talk about how bad we did or what we did wrong or whatever stupid crap that they want to come up with. And I always think that that's stupid, because the purpose of the goal isn't to, I don't know, the purpose of a goal is to motivate you to try to achieve something. And if you try to achieve it, then it worked. Whether or not you achieve it, it really doesn't matter. If you fail to achieve it, who the frick cares? If you achieve it, who the frick cares? The only thing that matters is that you tried harder than you would have otherwise without the goal. And so that's the whole purpose of a goal. Once the deadline for the goal passes, it doesn't matter whether you achieved it or not. It just matters that you tried, or that it motivated you at least. So anyway, let's add this functionality right here. The deadline was 22nd. You got 25 XP for you get 25 XP for each message. Really? But I've seen some people like comment a lot and then like just stay at number 3. Yeah, so it seems inconsistent. I don't know if that's 100% true. Anyway, let's go to that. It's the menu. Here's the menu scene. Invisible. That's because you can't see it, I think. Why is it? Oh, because yeah, you're not going to be able to see it unless you, unless the game is paused. So how do I make it visible? Yeah, it says it's visible. Interesting. Okay, if input escape, which means the pause will happen. Menu on equals true. Get tree paused. If menu on is true, then pause the game. Display server windows. Turn on mouse axis. What makes it all visible? Why isn't it visible here? I know it's supposed to be invisible, but I can see that it's all visible except for these particles, oddly. Is it the animation player? Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's a fade-in animation player. Yeah. And this one fades in everything else. Interesting. That could make it a little awkward. Because I'm going to want an additional animation. Yeah, that does make it. So we have fade in, and that's all we have, is just fade in. I need another one that does not include the color rectangle in the background or the particles. I just need it to fade out the node container box, or whatever it is that has all the buttons. I think it's this guy. This one, node 2D. And that's all these buttons here. Potentially the text as well. And then, oh no, that's the VBox container. This one is the one with this text, because I think those are just I think that's just a sprite. Yeah, so temp logo. it's now the logo. Temp logo 2, which is the subtitle. So we have those under this. So we'll just make another animation, I think, and we'll see if we can get that to work. This one will be credits fade out. And here we're going to fade out the node duty. We'll reset it to here, create, and then we'll have it fade out over the course of, was it 0.4 seconds? Is that kind of what I have it on the other one? We'll have this go down to full transparency. I think it was shorter than that. It was like this fast. I want it to be fast. One of the things with game menus is, unless they're insanely interesting to watch, if you're going to be opening and closing and using them frequently, you want them to be really snappy, because you don't want the player to have to sit through a small animation a whole bunch. So this is like 0.2 seconds, right? But let's say I did have it up to like 0.4 seconds. It's only barely longer, but if players are interacting with that frequently, they're gonna feel that, and it won't be long before they feel it like every time they have to go through the menu. So that's especially true for games where you have to open menus more frequently than just the main menu. Like if you have an inventory system, if the inventory system takes 0.4 seconds rather than 0.2 seconds to open, it's going to get really annoying really fast. So keep that in mind in your own games. Okay, and then the other one is the VBox container. We need to make that go from visible to invisible in the same amount of time. There we go. So now if these are visible, then it will go poof like that. So if we go to fade in, everything comes faded in. And then if we go to fade out, credits fade out, then it will make everything transparent except for this. We also need to make this one transparent if it isn't already transparent, which I don't know. We might have to check for that. We'll probably have to add a variable to make sure, because if I add the animation making it go from transparent to non-transparent, then, well, actually no, I already have it. This animation player does that for me. So I can just call this one, or I'll have to check. If it is visible, then play this one backwards. If it isn't, then no need to play anything. So we'll have to add a little function to detect that as well. They weren't 18 or above. You got 25, not always. Yeah. So supposedly, according to a human, this weird point system only works on if you're 18. But I have seen people who were in the top 3, meaning they were 18. Like, for example, such and such. I don't think that's their actual username. What is their? Who is that? Who is that? Oh, yeah, I don't know what their real name is either. I can't pronounce that. So suppose such and such person commented a whole bunch more than such and such person, then they would potentially climb up. But I haven't seen them gain 25 each time they comment. Like right now, they have 25, but they have, well, I guess they only have one comment. Make another comment. Let's see if you go up. Let's see, OpnidCat, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments, which is, yeah, this is only 3. So if it's 25 each time you comment, then that doesn't add up. And if you were to add one more comment right now, then technically, or definitionally, or however you're describing it, you should get ahead of Akai. So, yeah, I don't quite. How's it going? He says. He's trying. You can see me. Yep. Yeah, you're at the top. And he commented, oh, did it go up by 50 now? So, I mean, that time it worked, but it seems inconsistent. So, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen, and even when a chat or a stream and a chat goes on for a long time, I haven't seen it go up above about 250. So, yeah, it's a little weird. I'm not sure. Is there like a cooldown? Like if you don't comment for a while, then it ticks down, and maybe that's what balances it back out. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go to the code, and we'll add some functions. We're gonna do. Do I already have something that tells me if the volume is visible? I do. Check that out. It's easy peasy. So let's just connect the credits button first, and we'll go from there, because that's the first thing that has to happen. So if the credits button is clicked, credits, I think I already have it on credits button down. Yeah, okay, so I don't have anything in here though. So what we'll do is say, we're going to do animation player dot play credits fade out. Okay, and then we'll do a check if, what was that variable? Volume visible. if volume visible equals true, then we want the other animation player to play fade in. I actually want it to play backwards. Play backwards. Else, if it's not visible, then we don't want to do anything. Let's see if that works. Open this, click this, and everything should disappear. Poof. And then we're going to try it again. It's not actually making, it's only making them disappear visually though, I believe. Let's find out though. Let's open this and see if it makes these disappear. Yeah, it does. So you can hear that I can still hear the buttons. So not only do we need to make them disappear, but we also have to remove their functionality completely. I blame you and your unpredictable stream times. Oh no. Oh well, wait, you have to leave? You seem to get quicker at the start if you have had a lot of earlier streams. That could be. I don't know how it works. I think it's all made up. They're probably still balancing it. I'll watch in another video later. I need to know how to music. I forgot my Duolingo. I blame you and your unpredictable stream times. This is only 15 minutes different from when I normally stream, so in my defense. Which language? French. Ooh, fun. Okay, today has been a really good day. Not only has the sun come up again, Artindi is even streaming. Also, I just joined. Welcome in, Socks friend. I feel like I was a little rude to you yesterday's stream because you were saying you asked about something and I was like, well, you missed it. And then I was intending to go back and then answer your question, but then I got distracted and never did, so I feel a little bit bad. But yeah, no harm done. This dude is streaming. I am streaming. How's it going, Fairly? Fairly. Are you not streaming today, or did I already miss it? I try to catch your streams when I can, but that's hard. It's hard to do. Okay, that was interesting. After I hit this button, if I hit escape, it assumes these are visible still. Yeah, we might have to do a check. Though, if you're in the credits, I think what you'll do, if you're in the credits, if you hit escape, then it will just go back to the default menu. I think that's what we'll have to do. We'll check. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I stream tomorrow. Nice. I saw you posted some videos and that, like your game's done and all that stuff. I haven't seen them yet, so I feel a little bit bad, but congratulations either way if you finished your game. Happy for you. Way too much sun here. Yeah, get out of the sun. It's dangerous. It will give you cancer and eat you alive. And yeah. Okay, so I think I already have a function for turning off all the functionality. Yeah, turn on mouse access and turn off mouse access. So I think all I have to do is call that and it will make everything just be like, you can't click this anymore. So let's just call that function in the wherever it is, right here. So I'll say turn off mouse access. Ta-da. And let's test it. It's actually pretty cloudy here today, which is very nice. Nice. Okay, I'll go full screen. If I hit this, we shouldn't be able to interact with any buttons or anything. It's all gone. That works. So I do want to test something though. If we have these open first, will I still be able to interact with these? I can. And I believe that's a separate function that controls those. So let me find what that function is called. Somewhere here. Hello, people. What's up, my dude? I can't pronounce your name, so I don't know how to read that. I wanted to say that, but I feel annoyed. What do you feel annoyed about? About the clouds? Way too much sun here. Deadly laser. Basically, like, I don't know. Sun's good. It's good for your health, but only in small doses. Let's see. Change visibility on music volume ended. Sound volume drag ended. Set sound volume. Set play hover. Play clicked. Options button down. Oh, right here. So if volume visible equals false, then we have a fade in, and I turn that off. So we're going to add the functionality, so because we're doing it in more than one spot now. So we're going to do function, turn off mouse access to options. I'd rather have very clear function and variable names. Plus we have autocomplete, so I'm fine with having like super long function and variable names. So this is, if this is all, let's see, if true, then we're gonna make it turn off, and then we're just gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna set it to not true, which is 0 here, 0 here, and it's gonna be turn on mouse access. Turn on. Oh, I need an N. Turn on. Okay, so now instead of these, I can call those functions. So here's where the autocomplete comes in. Great. Turn on mouse access to options. And same thing here. Turn off mouse access to options. There we go. But then I can now use these same functions in my credits, which we're doing here, which is turn off mouse access to options. Wait, to options. There we go. So if we click on credits, it should turn that off too now. I'm going to make a game engine because I have a very weak ego and I need to prove I'm better than everyone else. That's the best reason, honestly, to make a game engine. I get sunburnt too easily, so I prefer to avoid the deadly space laser, but other people I know really love being under it all day. Yeah, I got to use sunscreen too, so that's fair. There's been a few years where I've like gotten pretty tan because I was just outside a lot, but if I can choose, I choose to be inside. I know it's healthy, and I do it every once in a while just because I know I need to have sun, but I'd rather just stay inside. What about making a match statement state machine to current menu? Probably. Let's see. What is that? What is a match statement? That's like a in Godot. That's what a switch statement is. A match statement. Match statement state machine. Check current menu. It could be. My menu isn't. I don't think my menu is complex enough for that. It'd probably be a way more elegant design, but I'd have to like redesign the whole thing. So I think that's more work than it's worth at this point because there's not much left to do. The menu pretty much functions. I'm just adding a small bit of functionality to a single button. So probably in the future I should do that, especially as I make more complex menus. But as of right now, this is what I got. So I believe it would be better. But anyway, welcome to the stream though, Fox Shadow Codes. It's good to have you here. What's going on with you? I don't really get tan. I only get red or pink. That's fair. I actually got sunburnt over the weekend because I was outside and I didn't think I'd be in the sun that much, so I didn't put sunscreen on, but turns out I was. Okay, let's test it. Let's test the code. Test the code. I'm second place now. Ooh, you've been usurped. The throne has been taken. So we're going to open this. You can hear that sound. In fact, I can turn this up so we can hear it better. If I press this, it will make it disappear, and I won't be able to interact with it. There we go. I can't interact with anything. Oh, except apparently the UI underneath, which is awkward. That's a bug. We'll have to fix that. Is that something that that happens just when this is open? No, it doesn't, which is interesting. I think that's because I'm turning off the mouse presence of this whole block as well, which I don't want to do when I open this. So let's take a look at that. That's in this function. Yeah, the full screen, I think is what it's called. Is it called no, it's the color rect. So if I don't want to turn this off. In fact, I want it to stay set to 1 if I'm only opening credits. So what I'm going to do is, for a fraction of a second, I'm going to turn it off, but then I'm just going to turn it back on again instantly. And that's not the best way to do it. It'd be better just to check who's calling that function, but yeah, I'm just going to do that. So it's going to, actually, I'll do it even sooner. It'll be the very next line, so it's not even going to be long enough. It'll be less than a frame before you can, yeah, it won't. So I'm going to technically be turning it off, but then immediately turning it back on again right after this function runs. This is not good game design or code design or whatever, but I don't care. It works. To end-to-end doing my own little deving at the moment. Nice. Nice. I'm not sure what end-to-end means. Maybe a typo. Hello, guys. Johnindir. I think that's one of my favorite parts of streaming, is trying to figure out how to pronounce people's names. Joan Ender. Is it Jonender? Jonender. Or is the double E supposed to be E? Joninder. Joninder. Okay. So I kind of had it. N to M, not too much. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'll file that away for future use and memory. I try to keep up with my acronyms, but that one's escaped me thus far. So I think it's impossible for anybody to know all of them, to be honest. Okay, got it to work, but now we need it to not work. We need this to be accessible because, okay, we're gonna have to add a another variable here. Variable credits on equals false by default, but we're gonna set it to true when we turn on the credits, obviously. We'll set it to immediately upon the button being pushed. Credits on equals true. And that way, if credits are on, we can detect if somebody clicks on the color rectangle. Because if they click on it, or if they press escape again, then we want everything to fade back in. So yes, that's going to be done in the physics process. I don't think I need this. This looks like it's really old. If his action press escape, display server window, kit mode. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I'll leave it for now. I'll probably delete it later, but okay. Oh, when we have escape here, we'll have to add some more detection there. But if, oh wait, no, it's not going to be here. It's going to be through the color rect. Is there a mouse entered, mouse exited? There's no button pressed, because it's not a button, I guess. Theme change, draw, hidden rect. I'll probably just have to do, yeah, I will have to do it here. If input dot is action pressed, and if the button pressed is let's see, escape, jump, kill all bots, left mouse, nuke, right, toggle circle attack. Nope. Need the mouse button. I thought, oh, there, left mouse. Okay, so if you click the left mouse, then we're going to close credits. We'll call the function close credits. And we need to add the function. Let's put the function right next to the other, the open credits function, which is somewhere here. I got really great organized code. Function open credits. Oh wait, this isn't where. Where's the credits? Oh, here it is. Open credits. And the open credits is going to be doing pretty much all this stuff, but in reverse. So we need the animation player to play backwards. Oops. Tab and $. Play backwards. Credits fade out. And then the mouse axis can stay the same there, but we're going to turn on mouse axis and turn on the mouse axis to options. Well, that's only if the options are open, actually. So we need to actually, this needs to go just right here. And then we'll do the same thing here. Get rid of that guy. We're going to do it forwards instead. It's going to be turn off, but on mouse axis. Okay, and I think that's all we need, and it should turn everything back on. No music making. The stream doesn't unblow. What? What do you mean? Or are you here for the music? You want to see the music? Well, we could play the background music that we spent so much time making. The stream songs. We got 5 stream songs that we made on stream. We need way more than that. But maybe we can get these playing. I think if I select them all and then play. Do I have to select them all and then click open? Is that what it is? Open. I think it will play all of them. Yeah, we'll get a little bit of music going in the background. Why not? I think this is a little bit more interesting of a stream. The stream blows. That's like a positive, right? The stream doesn't unblow, which is a doubled negative, meaning it does blow. Mean. What a meanie. Okay, let's see if it works. It doesn't work. It broke. Close credits. I didn't name it the same thing. What the heck? I called it open credits. Whoops. Okay. Now it should work. Escape, full screen. Okay. And then if we hit this, everything will disappear. Oh, and it just came back instantly. That's awkward. Why is it doing that? That doesn't make any sense. Close credits is being called automatically. Is actually just pressed left mouse, but it wasn't. I'm not pressing it. Why would it do that? Let's see what the keybinds are. Input map. Enter, escape, tab, shift tab, left. Do I have like an attack? Why are there all these like built-in ones? I just need to delete them. Let's see. Toggle speed, left, right, up, down, jump, left mouse. Yeah, that's what it is. Interesting. Let's try this. Artindi, would you have any advice on trying to make in-game art more interesting? I'm currently trying to make my own game, and I'm wondering how to make the visuals interesting. Thank you. That's... Oops, what happened? Oh, I did click the mouse button. Okay, so if I click on this, and then I click anywhere. Okay, that worked. Maybe I should add some and. I can just type and. and credits on equals true. To make art more interesting in a game, that is, man, that's tough. It really depends on the game. Do you have any advice on trying to make in-game art more interesting? Try to go for something unique. I've seen a lot of trends with the indie devs especially, and it's not necessarily a bad thing because it's just what we do, where a popular game will come out and then they'll try to replicate the art style of said popular game. Like I saw that with Pizza Tower. Pizza Tower came out and then everybody was making 90s art that looks like it was made in Paint, Microsoft Paint, and which I think the art in Pizza Tower is just horrendous. I don't know why everybody thought that was a good idea. And so, but everybody was copying that, but just because it was popular. I think just make your own art, make something that works. Try to go for consistency more than uniqueness, I think, although you want it to be unique as well. Also, try to make it look like, I don't know, make it look intentional. I've seen a lot of games with art that looks like it was, I don't know, like Pizza Tower is a great example. I know the game is enjoyable, but visually it looks like puke because it looks like it's made in Microsoft Paint, and they did that intentionally, but Microsoft Paint art just looks like crap. And so, in fact, I haven't bought Pizza Tower because it looks so stupid, even though everybody loves it and it's an amazing game and everybody tells me that, and I've even watched some gameplay and I'm like, wow, that does look fun. Because it looks so horrible, I have never pulled the trigger on buying it. So, bye human. Catch you later. Or are you saying bye to human? Oh, he's saying, my family has invited me to go to a park. They're telling me to touch grass. I have to miss the stream. Oh, yeah. Touching grass is as painful as it is. Sometimes it's important to do, especially if you're doing it with your family. So, I'll catch you later, human. We'll see you some other time. This is the last stream for a few weeks, so I might not see you for a few weeks, but yep, catch you later. But anyway, art in your game, just make it look intentional, make it look quality as much as possible. And then how it looks or what style it is, it doesn't really matter. So after that, so there's games that have incredibly simplistic art, but it all looks intentional and consistent. So I don't know. There's lots of games that only has like 3 colors, but if you can pull it off and make them contrast where they need to contrast, it works. So, I don't know. I don't know. How's that for advice? I don't know if it was very good, but that's what I got. Okay, close credits. It should only work when the credits are on now, but let's try it out. Push this. Is the music too loud? That's really loud in my headset, but yeah, I think it's louder than my voice. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Hopefully, maybe. I turned down like a lot. It's going negative 35 decibels right now. So, yeah. Ugh, my tummy doesn't feel so good. I ate some cereal. I knew I shouldn't have. Cereal's never so good. Okay. Let's test it out for reals this time. So I press this, all disappears, but then it comes back immediately. What's going on? Did I mess something up? That's so weird. Is it because this is calling? It is. Because the button, when I... Oh, that's interesting. When I push left mouse button to open the credits, it counts that as the left mouse button to close the credits. So I need to have some kind of delay. That's very interesting. Here, we'll do this. We'll put it right. Well, I guess it needs to be right here more than anywhere. And then we'll move this down to below that. So we'll wait a half second before credits turn on officially, and the button should no longer be being pushed. And then credits being turned back on can be instantaneous. We only need it on this side. Nah, man, thank you for your answering. I'm still rather new to game development and Godot in general. I swapped from Game Maker a while back, so I had to redo the whole what is going on phase. Yeah, that's fair. When you change game engines, you're probably gonna run into that. Yeah, I wish I had better advice for you. Sometimes you just gotta, like, if you feel like you're having a really hard time with art, sometimes you just gotta find an artist and hire them. Although it's not always feasible because you have to have money for that. So let's see. Click this, and it doesn't turn on instantly, but if I push the mouse button, it should turn back on anywhere. Or it just breaks. Oh, because I still have my breakpoint in there. There we go, turns on. Give it a second. It's not turning on by itself. That's great. It turns back on. Though there is a little bit of a delay before it turns back on. I don't know if I like how long that takes. I feel like it should be a little bit faster. And I know why that is. It's because when I play the animation backwards, I have the animation, it's set to, well, let's go to the right scene. The animation is set, yeah, it's got a full second. So yeah, we don't want that. We just want 0.2 seconds. So that way it will be a little bit faster. Let's go for it. Full screen, hit this, instantaneously disappears. And if I click anywhere, it comes right back. There we go. Also, if I hit escape, okay, that isn't added in yet. But that's just right here. So we have, okay, I can't read it all because it's not big enough. Slide this over. If you push the escape button and the menu is not on, then cutscene running. Oh, and we're not in a cutscene, then the menu will be turned on. Okay, that's fair. But then, or if you press escape and menu is on, then we want this to happen. But now we're going to add an additional check where we're going to say if, we're going to have a nested if statement, if credits on, or credit on equals true, then we're going to do whatever it is here, else we'll do all this stuff. That way, if the credits are on and you hit escape, it's not going to close the menu. It'll go back to the menu, and then if you hit escape again, it will close the menu and the game will progress as normal. So if credits are on equals true, then we want to call this function. There we go. I think that's all I gotta do. It's just a bit of logic. Easy peasy. Okay, we'll press this. My mouse is not touching the mouse. I'm just gonna hit escape. And all comes back. There we go. Perfect. It works. Magic. We did it. All done. Well, the stream's over now. We streamed for a whole 45 minutes, but we got it working, so we're done. All right, I'm back. Welcome back. We're done now. We completed it. There's nothing there though. We got actually probably should put the credits in. I think the credits or the text in that menu, the logo type stuff, I think it's just a sprite. Yeah, there it is. Sprite. So, yeah, could cost the inverted roguelike. Temp logo 2. I think was that by Artindi. I don't know. Do we even need credits? Because it says by Artindi right there, right on the main menu. Let's see. Oh wait, right here. Cost the inverted roguelike by Artindi. There we go. Credits are there. We don't even need this button. Oh man. Okay, let's Let's make something. We'll open a sprite and get that going. Launch. File, new. Let's go like 500 by 500. Why not? And then, oh, I hate the new text tool. They updated the text tool, and I hate it so much. Because now instead of the text automatically appearing right-centered perfectly, you have to draw the text box. And so if you want the text to be centered perfectly, you have to draw the text box over the whole canvas. Oh, actually, no, that's not even true, because it's still going to appear up in the top corner. And there's no way to center it. Yeah, the new text tool sucks. I hate it so much. With a passion. Oh, man. Composer, Artindi. Special thanks, Artindi. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Art director, Artindi. My dream game is shooter with cool color guns and bombs. That's all. That's all do completely different things. They all do different. Well, guess what? Is it first-person shooter or top-down shooter? What are you thinking there? I think that game exists already. So, game. Yeah, I don't know what even kind of credits do we want. So I could say game by Artindi. Oh, that barely fits. Let's change it to 60. Oh, that's so stupid. You hit escape, then it just, or if you hit enter. I hate this new tool. Okay, so it's going to be game by Artindi. Oh, and I hit enter. Ugh. This tool sucks. Why did they update that? I want to go back to the old one. Cut scene by animated by Creo Master. I can't see it. Cutscene animated by Creo Master. And that's pretty much all the credits. There we go. Nailed it. Oh, and if you hit escape, it just deletes it. That's so stupid. It's so inconsistent with all the other editors out there that do anything similar to this. Who decided this was a good idea? The text tool that they had before was perfect. It worked great, and then they went and just messed it up. I hate that so much. Let me just tell you guys how much I hate this. Man, that's just awful. I have to retrain my brain to even use it. But then they tried to make it similar to how other image editors do it, but then they just made it awful because it's not good. Because it's supposed to be when you're typing, if you hit enter, then you go to the next line. But instead it's just like, oh, that's what you wanted? Perfect, we made it. It's ridiculous. Enter should still be next line when you're in the typing mode. If you hit escape, then yeah, you should be able to leave it. That makes sense. But it shouldn't delete it. In fact, that should be like, the way it's supposed to work is you write this, and if you hit escape, then it just takes you out of this text box. And it leaves the text. It doesn't just delete everything. That's stupid. And then enter should leave you in the text box. You type, and you hit enter, and it should give you a new line. Do you have to like do control enter? No, if you hit, or shift enter. Is it shift enter? Or control? Yeah, shift enter should work. Nope. Enter just makes it just like, yep, they got it backwards. Enter shouldn't do that. Enter should start a new line, and then escape should get rid of it. I use many more image editors than just Sprite. And this is just stupid. It's really stupid. Maybe I'll go make it in Canva or something. Technically, I have the functionality there, and I can just go make it somewhere else and take my time rather than getting frustrated on stream. But, yeah. Here, I'll just let's just take this and import it in there. We'll have this be the credits for now. Export as export it as, oh, do I have insert turned on? Let's turn insert off. Yeah, credits. We're gonna do 200%, and then I'm gonna shrink it. That way the yeah, it looks a little cleaner. Export. Oh, I don't even know where I just exported it to. Where did I export it to? Choose file. Let's see, it's gonna go to documents, cost, and we'll put it in end screens, enemies, environment, placeholder art, probably UI. Yep. Credits, save, export. There we go. That should be in here. And let's put it in there just so we can have the functionality pretty much all the way there. Menu. Okay, we're going to put it as part of a new collection of nodes. Put it under node 2D. This will be called credits. Then we're going to add a child, which is just a sprite 2D. I like how wide that is. Let's zoom into this. Get back to normal. First person. How positively silly. Computer Biscuit, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Time to go outside and drink some tea now that the sun has left and the temperature has gone down. Nice. It's funny that a lot of people know you as the bad games guy. It's actually great. I make the How to Fail series, and then I can just make games, and if they suck, I'll just be like, yeah, I meant to do that. It's a perfect cover-up. Okay, this is going to be called by Artindi, and we're going to take the credits. Boop. Where is it? It's huge. It's huge. Let's do 0.5 and 0.5 there. Just gonna put it right in the middle. Oh, what is this off? It's like an off-white. Uh-oh. This is like pure white. I need to get that off-white color. Yeah, we'll do that some other time. We're just gonna stick that right there. Perfect. But it's not gonna be visible yet. And then we're gonna add a animation player. This is gonna be called the credits animator. That's how you spell the animator. Definitely. Actually, it probably is. Yeah, I think it is. And we'll add a new animation, and all it's going to do is make this visible over the course of 0.2 seconds. And visibility, we'll key it in. Or actually, no, let's have the visibility be turned on, and then we'll set the modulation to fully transparent. Keyed in, create. And at the end of the animation, we'll reset it to clear like that. Okay, and so by default, it should be invisible. Man, I'm not used to watching streams, but caught me a little off guard. Lol. Did it? Me calling you out, calling your name. Computer Biscuit. You don't watch a lot of streams? Streams are pretty fun. It's in fact, smaller streams like this I find are a little bit more enjoyable, because then you can talk to the person. When you watch larger streams where there are like thousands of people watching, then you're just one of the many people, and if you say something in the chat, it's highly unlikely that the person streaming will even see your chat, especially if there's just the chat's just flying through. If they have like slow mode enabled sometimes, but even then it depends on the size of the stream. So I don't mind the streams that are like max 30 or 40 people. It feels a little bit better, a little bit more personal, you know. But yeah, it is a little weird though, joining a stream, saying something, and then the streamer reacts to what you wrote. It's it's kind of unnerving the first several times. Um, but yeah, and it's especially when you do join an extra large stream though, and you get to be one of the lucky few where your chat is actually read aloud. That's also really interesting. So I've done a super chat once. I watched a really big streamer, and I did a super chat, and they read my chat. And that was like, hey, that's pretty cool. Although I paid for them to read it, basically. But yeah. Anyway, that's the only time I've ever done a super chat, and the super chat was actually partially self promotion. So, but they read it, and they're fine with that. Okay. It's there, credit animator, and you distracted me. You distracted me real good, which is kind of the point of these streams sometimes. We used to play games to see how much you could distract me before I could get any work done. Here on, no, not there. Here on credits button down, we want to wait. So I could even just set this to 2 or 0.2. And then just have this run right here, and that's going to be the animation player right here. Dot play. Oh, I didn't name it. Well, let's name it real quick. Animation rename. Fade in credits. Fade in credits. There we go. And then if we're going to take this and stick this right here and say, oh, and this has to go actually below this. Here, we're going to play backwards. There we go. That should be it. Should work. Let's test it. Gain Mario Peretti. Hello. Did I pronounce your name right? Gain Mario. I hope so. You and a YouTuber named Waffle Maker are the only people who I watch stream. Who's Waffle Maker? What does he do? Does he make waffles? Okay, ready? Here we go. Look at that. And they're not fading through each other, so the menu stuff fades away before this fades in. And then if I click, that will fade out before that fades in. Now we could add a little bit of blank time because like it's immediate. As soon as this is done fading, the other one is fading back in. And so it works and it's clean, but I think it could feel a little bit cleaner if we add just a little bit more time there. So let's make it 0.4 and see how that feels. We'll add another 0.2 seconds. Save, and let's run it. But how are you doing, Gain Mario Peretti? Or is it's a double R, so do you roll it? Peretti. And there's 2 T's too. Are you supposed to roll that? Peretti. Just entertaining myself. It's a cool name. Is it Italian or something? Okay, I think that feels a little bit better because then you have it disappear, there's a beat, and then it appears. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Game by Artindi. So credits button, there's going to be more than just this. This was the goal, but there's going to be play testers. There's going to be the guy who made the cutscene, and there's going to be a tribute to people who chatted in streams. I won't be able to name everybody specifically. Sadly, we thought about doing that, but it just won't work. Yes, I'm Italian. Do you have any tips for making a first game? A first game. If you've never made any games at all ever before, and you want to make a video game specifically, then start with tutorials for the game engine that you would want to use. Follow the tutorials closely. Only deviate from them if you're feeling confident. Once you complete that, then do it again, but deviate intentionally. Try to add your own twists on it. Unless you're feeling confident, then you could do that the first time. Try to add some of your own twists as they go. but follow a tutorial for making a game completely. And then after that, make a clone of a popular arcade game or other simple game, like a simple Mario clone or a Brick Breaker clone, or just make a clone of a common arcade game or something simple. Then after that, make your own game that isn't a clone of anything, but have it be a very, very simple arcade game. And and that should, all these projects should take you a few weeks if you're dedicated. Um, and then after that, then make something a little bit bigger, a little bit more ambitious, because that will get you the experience you need to use your game engine, as well as just game development in general. It'll get you a well-rounded feel for all the things that goes into game development, because you have like coding, art, music, all these things. And I would recommend, after doing those 3 projects, I would actually recommend doing a game jam, because then you're compelled to complete a game in a time limit. So it forces you to cut corners. Although that sounds bad, it forces you to be efficient and to make something simple. And you'll learn a lot doing a game jam that you might miss out on if you never participate in a game jam. And I would do all those 4 things before pursuing anything more ambitious than that, just because otherwise you're just going to get burnt out trying to learn things on a bigger game that you don't know much about. You'll want the experience under your belt before you pursue any kind of larger game. And even then, if you're solo dev, I wouldn't pursue anything dramatically large. I would just go for something very achievable, like just a step above an arcade game, basically. Like a roguelike. You could try to make a roguelike. The roguelikes are very simple. They're hard to get right and make enjoyable, but they're relatively easy because you don't need a whole lot of assets. Or just another simple repetitive arcade game type thing, because then it doesn't take a whole bunch of unique assets. You can repeat using assets. Or a puzzle game could be good as well. Puzzle games give you a lot of experience, and it lets you do some level designing as well. Or even a mix between a platformer and a puzzle game. Platformer with puzzle game elements. I don't know. There's a lot of options out there for your second game, or for your next biggest game after those first 4 things that I recommend. But that's what I recommend. If you already have experience, though, for your first game, I don't know, just jump into what you think will work well, and avoid scope creep. Try not to make your game too big. In fact, do everything you can to cut things out of your game, because it takes way more effort than one ever assumes. Anybody who's ever gotten into game development, especially solo game development, I've never heard of anybody like starting to make a game and be like, that didn't take as much work as I thought. It's always the opposite. They're always like, that was a lot more effort than I thought it would be. So yeah, no matter how much you think, nobody ever gives a healthy estimate for how long it's going to take you to make a game. Ever. It's always longer than what you think. Every time. So yeah. Also, fun fact, when you make a game and you feel like you're 90% of the way there, that means you're only 10% of the way there. I recommend not telling an annoying friend about your game to avoid them constantly asking you when it's going to be done. Trust me. Yeah. Yeah, or even just like work acquaintances. It's fun to mention that, but then they'll have to be like, is your game done yet? And it's been like a year, and you're like, no. Are you still even working on it? It's like, I mean, yeah, but it takes that long. Like, come on. So other people also don't comprehend how long it takes to make a game, especially as a solo dev. If the devs themselves don't understand how long it takes, then the people who don't even make the games aren't going to understand it. Wow, kids are screaming in the background. Yeah, it does take a lot of time. So, anyway, I think we got it working. I think we got it going, and it looks pretty good. We'll just have to actually add more credits in there once we get to it. There we go. This will probably just be up here, and we'll do cutscene by Creo playtesters, list of names. Special thanks to people in the streams, because this game has been mostly developed on stream. So we'll do something there, and then we could do, I don't know, something else. I don't know, we'll have to play around with it. maybe links. I could put a bunch of links to like social media. Or I could put a big thing like, did you enjoy this game and you want to see more? Donate to Artindi and he'll make more games so you can play them. I don't know. Give me money. I recommend making your own game engine, trust me. Oh yeah, definitely. That's what you need to do. Only if you're a pro coder. Even then, you don't need to. Like, there's no need to make a game engine. The chances of your game needing its own game engine, because it's just that unique and amazing, are basically zero. If you believe that, then you're probably wrong. Besides, you should just try to make it in a normal game engine first before you figure out that you do need your own custom game engine. No, just use assembly. Yeah. just code it in binary. Oh, man. Cough. All right. I don't know. That we did everything we set out to do. Are we? Oh, I guess I could check it off the to-do list. The credits should definitely just be Game by Artindi. Please give me money. I think you're right. How's it going, Princess Kirby? What's up? Are you participating? Are you participating this time in the animation project? Because I think you did last time, didn't you? I know you did last time because I know you did. Are you gonna do it this time? I don't know. I haven't. I've probably seen it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen your project in progress or not. But thanks a lot for the tip. Even just with Scratch, I have experienced Overscope. Also, it's the first time I watch your streams. What is this game about? It's an inverted roguelike. That's the other popular question that comes up. And that frequent viewers probably hear way too often. It's an inverted roguelike where you have all these abilities. And then, so you start out OP. And as you progress through the game, you lose the abilities. So at the end of a run, at the end of the run, you enter this room. And here you get to choose one of your abilities as a key to save one of these people. And so you lose one ability, and you also make a part of the environment more difficult. So for example, you might lose the attack range for, I think this makes the bombs larger. So if you do that one, get the fancy cutscene. And then you start over, but now you have one less ability and the environment is slightly harder. So now I can't hit them from a mile away. Gotta be up right next to them. Which isn't that bad, but once you lose the circle attack as well, let's see, it's this button, there we go. Then it's kind of weak. And if you lose the ability to crit as well, then you have to hit them even more. That's the revive ability, you get once each round. Little shield, that one's also really helpful. Also, one of the things that makes the environment harder is there's more health. So you might have to hit these guys these guys, you'd have to hit them 5 times before they die. If you don't have the crit ability, which I'm getting a lot of lucky hits there. Also, you might lose speed, which is like, then you'll be moving this fast instead. Ouch. You know what? I just realized before I can release this game, I'm gonna have to get somebody to make the cover art for the game, so I can have like an interesting cover art on itch.io. And that has to be non-pixel art cover art. I've learned through watching GDC, or is it GDC? I think it's GDC, the game convention. Somebody talked about how games, pixel art games in particular, perform a lot better if they don't have pixel art for their thumbnails and banners. Because it looks like effort was put into it, where pixel art, for some reason, at least on the banners, just does not look like any effort was put into it. There are some exceptions to this, like Terraria and Stardew Valley. They have just pixel art for their banners. Undertale as well. But I mean, I think those are kind of outliers. They're uber successful games. So to be competitive, you have to not use pixel art for your banner. So I think I'll probably have to figure that out. Hire somebody to draw me some art. So I'm not much of an artist outside of, I mean, I could, but I'm just, it's not going to look as good as it would if I hired somebody else to do it. I think I still have quit, otherwise this would probably be really annoying to get through. Man, without speed though, it's taken so much. Oh! Dun dun! The enemy fired at you after it died? Oh, it did? Really? How do you do a cutscene? Do you just use a new scene with an animation sprite? Actually, the way I did it, end room. So here's my cutscene animation. It is just overlaid on top of everything. I think it's its own scene. Yeah. And it is an animated sprite. So exactly true. I have the two animations here. This will only work with like these shorter cutscenes that I have, because my cutscenes, I think this first one is like 4 seconds, and this one's like 9 seconds. So yeah, they're really short. So it works for these shorter type cutscenes where there is nothing else going on. Other cutscenes, you might have characters talking to each other, have dialogue, in which case you'll want to structure it completely different. Probably just transfer them to that scene, wait for the scene to end, and then transfer them back. But in my case, because it's just a simple visual with sound effects, I have it literally what you said. It's just an animated sprite overlaid on top of everything. And while it's playing, everything behind it is paused and turned off. So it acts kind of like a loading screen, honestly. And then as soon as it finishes, everything behind it activates again. So the art and the concept are amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I can't remember where or when I came up with the idea, but I don't know. I was like, what if there was a game where you're full powered and then you lost your powers as you go? It'd be an inverted roguelike. And I was like, that's such a good idea. I need to make it real quick before somebody else does it first. I've never seen anybody else do it, so it could be cool. Sarcasm. You copied the Balloons Tower Defense 6 boss rush mechanic. Did I? I don't know if I played that one. I have one of the tower defense games. Let's see, which one do I have? Oh, I do have 6. Is there a boss rush mechanic? I didn't know that. I'm going to try to participate in the animation project, but I'm not sure if I will be able to. Well, that's okay. I mean, you got till August something, August like 5th or something. So, I mean, a couple months. So, but I can't remember exactly which animation you did on the last one, but I remember it was good. Didn't you do... I could look it up. I have it downloaded. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it here. Pictures, animation project, unadded. Oh, let's see. Okay, yours is, I split it up into categories like this. Abstract, nope. Bullet hell, nope. 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 Maybe I don't have yours. Did you put it under a different name? Or did you participate further back than maybe you participated in the one before this? Did I just not see it? Or did you put it under a different name? You gotta tell me now. I gotta find it. Captain Summerling. Did we just have Captain Summerling? Oh no, Captain Summerling's been working on the current project. It's not that one, or unless it is. I don't remember. Is this streamer gonna read it? Oh, what'd you say? Hello everyone, I have a message for y'all. What's up, Vedika Supakar? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I might read it, depends on what it is, I suppose. If you do chat something and I miss it, just chat it again and hopefully I'll catch it, or ping me, put my name in the thing. But it's a cool design choice to add difficulty to players who are performing well. Oh, what is it? I missed what you said before. Winning across the island progression for further currency rewards, but at the punishment of more restricting at benefit of extra relic knowledge from the... Oh, really? Winning across the island progress for further currency rewards, but at the punishment of more restrictions to the benefit of extra relic knowledge. That is interesting. That's kind of going over my head. I'm not winning across the islands. I don't know. But it's a cool design choice to add difficulty to players who are performing well. That is interesting. Kind of feels like making some concept art for the cover art now, lol, would be fun. I mean, it could be fun, although you might end up changing your game a whole bunch, in which case you'll have to change that too. So if you put too much effort into it, it might become outdated once you actually develop more of the game. But yeah. Manual breathing. Oh no. But it's a cool design choice to add difficulty. Oh, I already read that. That enemy fired at you after when your game was released. When your game released, I'm speed running it, and no one can stop me. I advise keeping the speed. If you're just going for time to complete, not for score for completion, then I advise keeping the speed ability to the very last one, and then you could just run past enemies. Hopefully, some enemies might spawn right in your way though, so you gotta be careful. Artindi with a face. Oh, that's my logo actually. See ya, everyone. Catch you later. Wait, what was your... that's all you just pop it in to say manual breathing. Great. Thanks for that. I couldn't find the animation for Princess Kirby. I know they made a really nice one, but I can't remember which one it is. From the last... That's Taki. Gamer Ninja Time. That was the... Yeah, that was this one. There's already a bunch of really cool entries for this next animation project that we're making. It's gonna be great. One of the cool things is I put it out. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat that's actually participating, but I put out the rules for the project and invited people to participate. And right away, a lot of people were like, "Man, I really love the new palette," which is, let's see. See if I can find it. Pictures. Here's the new animation project. Here's the palette. Yeah, look at that. Look at that beautiful palette. Beautiful. A lot of people are like, "Wow, I really love this palette. It's great. It's a great palette. I love it." Multiple people. And I was like, "Yeah, I spent several hours looking for a palette, and I ended up just making my own because I couldn't find one that I liked for this particular project." So I felt pretty good because I made the palette and everybody liked it. So yeah, have fun, y'all. Yep, catch you later. Vedika. Okay, I think we're gonna end the stream because we got what we need to get done. We added the credits system. I don't know if there's not a whole bunch of point to keep streaming because I don't know, there's not a whole lot more I can work on at this moment. I mean, I could. There's other things I could work on. But, yeah, I got other things that I got to do. Probably. Sorta. So, like, I got to go get new tires for my car before the vacation happens. And that takes time. So you got to go and, like, especially if you're having somebody else do it. If I was doing it myself, it'd take even longer, but I gotta go have somebody else do it. And, yeah, or at least see if I need new tires. I'm pretty sure I do, because they're like slowly getting flat. Yeah, but bye Artindi. He pops in just for a second. There's people, all the I say I'm gonna end the stream, and then all the people who have been lurking just pop out. See you later. It was a trick. I was just saying that to get you to actually like chat. Dishonest Cube shows up just as we're about to end the stream. How's it going, man? Was nice tuning in. I hope you have a nice day. Well, thank you. Yeah, we are going to end the stream, though, here soon. So sorry to Dishonest Cube. Hi, he says. Bye. That's how all the all the lurkers, that's how it feels when they show up right at the end. They're like, bye, right at the end. There's somebody, I want to say it's DS the Dragon, because your profile picture looks familiar to who it was. They would join streams. Right at the beginning, they'd say hello. And then right at the end, they'd say bye after a 3-hour stream. And I was like, dang, you were just lurking that whole time. They didn't have anything to say, which is fine. I mean, it's totally fine. But it's just interesting that they would stick around for 3 hours and watch the whole thing and never say anything. No judgment. I mean, I've done that, so it's fair. It's just really cool that they do that. It's cool. It's awesome. In case I don't see you, good morning, afternoon, and night. Yeah, this, like I said, this is the last stream for at least a week and a half, maybe more. We'll see. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to it, finish this game up, and get it out there really soon. Because the game is like literally 97% done. So there's hardly anything left to do. Yeah, enjoy the content, plus changes my name. I knew it. I think the profile picture is the same. It's just the name's different. The famous lurker from long ago. But yeah, we are going to end the stream, I suppose, because there's nothing else to do right now. So I'll catch you guys all in a few weeks, maybe, and we'll finish up the game then. But otherwise, thanks for joining and hanging out, even if you were just lurking. I enjoy everybody who can hang out for any of the streams. So, yep, thank you, and see you later. Bye-bye.